Hi, Coach. How are you doing?
I'm fine, very well.
I'm glad you're smiling. We'll have some questions for you.
Why is that? I don't know.
We'll have some questions for you.
Okay.
We'll probably start with what everyone's thinking about. Is there a dedicated number 3 now? Have you just zeroed in on one person to fill that slot? Has the warm-up games or anything, just the build-up, given you any clarity on who you're going to slot there?
Yeah, absolutely. Not just the warm-up games, but we had already decided back in India and in the camps that happened before we set off from Mumbai. We had a lovely camp in Bangalore, and we had decided there itself. And these basically pre-World Cup matches absolutely stamped that for us.
Is it a surprise?
Not at all. You can guess
Not
it.
anymore.
Go through the scorecard, you will find out.
Yeah, got it.
I have a question. I'm not going to ask you who your number 3 is. I
I've already
have a
answered.
slightly different question.
Yeah.
In what prompted that experiment to try out different number 3s? Like Jemima was a set number 3, even in your first couple of series as India head coach, and then her injury, of course. And then what prompted trying different options, leading right up till you landed in Dubai?
Well, to be very honest, we were thinking of a different combination. That is 5 batters, 1 wicketkeeper, who's I consider her as an all-rounder, and then 3 all-rounders in the team, and then 2 bowlers. So I thought, we were trying out a few things, but in the end, I think 5-5 and 1 wicketkeeper is a good option.
Hello, Coach. Leading into the World Cup, compared to the previous occasions, previous editions, we have a lot more variety in each department, whether it's batting, bowling. India has had that much variety. So how hard or easy it has been to finalize the playing 11, given how many people have performed at different levels whenever they needed throughout whatever opportunities they've gotten?
That's actually a good headache to have. We do have a lot of talent in the team, talent in this 15 and beyond as well. So, as I said, good headache to have. But me, Harman, Smriti, we enjoy that kind of a stuff where we try out different combinations, and then finally we have figured out the right combination that we are going to play tomorrow. And people whoever has got an opportunity, they've performed at their own or at their own numbers, whether it is batting number or whether it is bowling. They've performed really well, and that's why they're there in the team. So I think we found the right combination, I guess.
Amol, when you took over as coach, looking at the medium to long term, you would have identified like a few, goals or milestones along the journey planning to the World Cup and beyond. Can you just take us through, how you've kind of worked towards implementing or, kind of ticking off those checklists along the way, and what are the challenges that have come along while trying to do so?
Well, my journey is not that big, so I'll be very, very
the short
brief
one
about it. It's only 10 months that I've taken over. The first month we played a series against England and Australia, 2 good sides in world cricket. After the 2 series, I got a fair idea of where we are, and we started our campaign, our World Cup campaign, just post that series, and we started putting all our minds and energy towards this tournament, and here we are. Along the way, I think we have had a successful WPL. Not to forget that, it was a great effort on the part of BCCI. That it was a massive success. Then we had a series in Bangladesh. We had a T20 series, 5 T20 series, which was arranged. Along with the South Africa series, in between we had a camp, and then we had a tough South Africa series as well, where we won the 3 ODIs test match and then squared the T20 series. So I think along the way we've had a fantastic season leading up to the World Cup. really looking forward for the World Cup now.
Also, I mean, not sure if this is directly related to the World Cup, but given the fact that, you know, there was an 8-0 to Australia, and how much of a sync are you in with the coaches there, and do they kind of give you feedback on player development, and how's the sync between the two systems that happen? And also, in a way, this is the first World Cup cycle where, you know, you have a WPL records and stats and players who perform well into a World Cup, because the previous one happened, I think, was just before, right? So in that sense, do you think that's kind of been a massive boost in terms of giving you an idea of where certain players are?
To answer your first question, I think, you know, it's been a collective effort, not just from the Indian team or the Indian contingent, but also from the NCA, where VVS, you know, is heading it, and I've had a full support from him, and been fantastic, completely in sync with the coaches over there for India A tour to Australia. Had a constant chat. A feedback was given post the tour as well. So I think you know, we're trying to formalize a lot of stuff apart from the Indian contingent. As I said, the India A is also very important for us, so that we get a lot of players and the bench strength is stronger. Then your next question, I think WPL has been a very successful tournament so far in the last couple of editions. I mean, you've seen you know, what response WPL has had. Obviously, the stats have helped, and we have dig into a lot of statistics, and we've seen the results. I mean, some of the players that have come into the Indian squad here at the World Cup, I think, a product of WPL as well. Of course, not undermining the first-class cricket as well back home, but WPL has given us a strong base to find players.
We'll take the last two questions.
Since day one, coach, you have talked about fitness and fielding. You just said 10 months into the job, these many series, one multi-team event, and now we are heading into the World Cup. How satisfied you are with the efforts that I put in, and also with the results that have come out? Because that was one of the areas that needed to be worked on for the longest time, and you said it in first go that you wanted to concentrate on it.
So 10 months you've been following us. Basically, if you see the first press conference, I had said that, you know, fielding and fitness would be of prime importance, and we've worked upon it. You know, thoroughly gone deeper into it, and tried to absolutely work individually. First, in regards with the volume, as far as fielding is concerned, and then fitness, we have paid attention to each individual to take their fitness levels to the next level. So I think we have put in that effort. The effort has been there. I think you will definitely see the results.
Last question.
Hi, Coach. Harman hasn't bowled in T20s in a long while now, and that sort of takes off that four overs bowler option, the sixth bowling option in your combination. Is that something that's been actively discussed, the lack of a sixth proper 4-over bowler option between, you know, you three, you, Smriti, Harman in the leadership group?
Yeah, I mean, we've paid a lot of attention to the sixth bowling option. Also, for a fact that we have had multiple discussions on our top six. Within our top six, you know, at least 3 to 4 have to bowl. And if we can, you know, get those overs out of them, then, you know, nothing like it. And all of them could bowl. So it's just a question of applying and just putting in those hard yards in the nets, and then converting that into a match performance. So I think, yeah, Harman hasn't bowled, but I think she bowled in the second T20 warm-ups.
Yeah.
And she's experienced enough to bowl those overs.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.